Headlines informing us or manipulating us. There's a lot of stuff that we see, obviously, on social media every day and the news. The headlines are obviously trying to reel us in. Words like collapse, crisis, crash, shocking, obviously driving clicks, but they're distorting the reality of what's happening in the market and in the association world. So, why do we think that media really leans into that dramatic framing?
Attention is the biggest commodity that's out there when it comes to PR, right? With any news publication, they're all trying to get you to click and read their publication, get higher read rates, etc. So they use these headlines that draw your attention. And the biggest issue that I see is that not only the American public, but we in our profession, we don't read. You read the headline and you think you know what the article is about, but you really have no idea. As you mentioned, you get to the bottom of the article and it really took you very far down a different pathway than what the headline did. So it's really important to read and understand the impact, not only for yourself, but how it's affecting your consumers. And the most important piece of this is when you read this, your customers really aren't. Your clients are reading the headlines and they're moving on because life is busy.
Yeah.
And your attention spans are smaller and smaller now than they were before. So people are reading the headlines, maybe the subheader, and then moving on like they know everything. So taking that mindset of what a consumer or another agent in your office might be reading and assuming, you need to be that source of information and really digest that.
I always refer to it. My mentor always says leaders are readers. And most times people refer to the headlines and subheaders and not really read the article, like Jonathan said. But you have to read those articles so that you can refer back and say, yeah, I read the same article. Did you get into the nuts and bolts and pieces of the actual article and really dispel a lot of these lies that people are putting out there into the atmosphere? Most articles are a national perspective,
Yeah.
versus a hyper local perspective in the state of Florida, which is, as we know, totally different from everyone else. Not even just the state of Florida, but South Florida in general is completely different.
Yep, 100%.